In this video, we'll be talking about this very interesting camera, the Voigtländer Vito B. Have fun! So, let us talk a little bit about this very interesting little camera. I absolutely adore this design, and it's nice and tiny, so if you want to take it with you, great camera for that. The lens is a Tessa design lens, meaning you won't have any issues with image quality or whatever. Great lens, you won't have to worry about that. 1 meter closest focusing distance, f3.5, and it goes all the way up to 1/300th of a second. You've also got a self timer and M and X bulb synchronizations if you need those. I never do because I use the camera mostly outside. But if you're that kind of guy, you've also got a port for synchronization here, a cold shoe, and this would be your ISO reminder dial, but it wasn't looking that great anymore. That's why I put a piece of leatherette on top of it. You maybe see that it's quite self-made, bad edges, but anyways, I'll do it better at some point. You open the latch to open the film back. And there you can see the shutter, and you've got that cogwheel, which is cocking the shutter, you could say, whilst the film is moving along, meaning that this lever doesn't do anything. You can do it, you can use it as a fidget toy. That's a great idea. Like a little fidget toy you have always with you. I wouldn't recommend doing that more than you have to, but ooh, it feels very nice. It's very nice designed. It feels great. It's a full metal construction. There's absolutely no plastic on there. And if you compare it to a similar class or price range camera from the 1990s, these were plastic bombers, you could say. So actually a very well built camera. I forgot to talk about that. And yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. I don't know if I already said no focusing system. And yes, that is your film counter. You can adjust it down here, set it to diamond, and then it counts down. I think that's the wrong direction. There we go. 36, then 35, and so on. That's how that film counter works. Yeah, and that's all there is to this camera. Well then, let's talk a little bit about why should you even get this kind of camera. Quite frankly, it can't do anything except shutter speed and aperture. It's very limited. Your functions are very limited. And what I think why this camera is also great for learning, I'll give you a little example. If you were used to parking with a big car your entire life and then you get yourself a small car, it's way easier to find some space for parking. But if you do it the other way around, you are driving a little car like a Volkswagen Polo little one or Chevy Martis, a Mini, whatever, a small car your entire life, and then you buy a big car, it will be way more difficult to find a space for parking. And that's similar with cameras. If you are used to using a very manual, a very limited camera, the more you learn how to compensate for that. And then it's way easier to use less manual cameras, which are still manual, but they are way more feature packed and make everything way easier for you. For example, they will have light meters, they will have a focusing system, maybe not autofocus, but they will help you focus, which is honestly a great improvement. Because here you've got to think, oh, the subject is maybe 7 meters away, or I don't know, maybe you use feet, then it'll be, I don't know, 15 feet away, whatever. And then, but I'm not certain. So I have to use a rather closed aperture, for example, f11, f16, f22, and then the shutter speed has to go up, has to go slower. And then you will have to find a sweet spot. How do I not get a stuttery image, but how will I get everything in focus? And then you're just trying to find a sweet spot, and you'll learn how to find that very sweet spot. And if you get these images back and you've got a perfect image, it will be way more satisfying to see that image compared to if you shot that same image with a phone or a film camera, which is more automatic or well, has more features, doesn't have to be automatic, but you get the point. And that way it's just way more satisfying. I hope this helped to maybe figure out if you should get such a camera. And yeah, have a nice day.